Yes,
That's
sir.
dope. That's dope. Uh, where do y'all think? How do y'all think we should start approaching? I would say the children that are, yeah, I'm gonna go 14 on down. Should we start approaching them as far as where life is headed?
What do you mean? Like, give me some more. Give me some more detail. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Uh, like where life is headed in general on all faces. Political. The whole sexuality, financial. Um, even down to the things we talk about on here, gender war, race. Um, because the
But
stuff that's being pushed in school is always we know that's calculated. It's
Hmm.
it's for a reason. So how would you guys suggest that when working with children on the outside, we should you know um attack situations?
um, but to me, just having a conversation with the youth, telling them the truth. I think the problem is what's going on in today's society. We starting to hide certain information from the youth, and that's why now they're starting to become more and more curious. They're doing things.
Mm,
They're doing things because of the aspect of what their parents is not telling them. And I think as a parent, I'm not a parent. Don't get me wrong, but however, I did have people around me that was mentors, and they was even when I was young, when I was like 14, I always had mentors. So they was always there to tell me like certain things when it came to relate to money and also pretty much the world that's around me. And I think that's what's missing in today's society, especially in the black community. The problem in the black community, we not having deep conversation with the youth. We are knowing certain important things because the simple fact is we are afraid that the kids might leave us or run away from us, and that's the problem.
right.
I agree with Ronnie as well, especially with kids, especially as black kids in general, they like to use drugs on us. And what I mean by drugs is prescription drugs on us too, especially in certain schools. And because as I said, this happened to my brother one time. They put him, I think it was it Ritalin, in the first grade, which he didn't need to be a little because he was acting hyper or anything. So I just agree with Ronnie. Just be straightforward and everything. And if there's certain research you like your kids are into it, if like in school or something, just take them to a different school, something like that. Because it's like it's getting more real and everything. And it's important that the kids get the information that they need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, prime example, like when it comes to the situation of like sexuality, when like certain people get their sexual peak at a younger age. I think so. I'm hearing people getting their sexual peak at the age of 9 years old. Like people
Yeah.
and they sexual urges and stuff like that. And that's why I've done being molested. It's just that they're just getting in because it's human. They're not having conversation with them, so now they're curious. They're like, "What's going on with my body?" And the parents too afraid. Like, I'm not gonna talk about that because I don't want them going there, go ahead and have sex. That's the problem because then guess what? They're gonna go to school. Someone's watching corn. They'll be like, "Oh, this is what I do to release myself," and now your kid's watching corn.
Mm,
And then
mm-hmm.
all here, and I live in California, so I'm in a different. It's different over here. What I mean by different is, they try to make your kids be in LGBTQ and should be okay with that. But as a parent, I'm not okay with that and everything. So in here in California, it's very, very different. And the thing is, if you allow your kids to express themselves, as in, he might be a bisexual or lesbian, something like that, or gay. So if your kid is saying he's a bisexual, but you're not cool with it, you can go to jail for that here in California, and that's how real it is in California. Just to let you know.
No, no, because prime example, especially when we was growing up, they say if a little boy wanted to play with Barbie dolls, we'd be like, "Oh, that little boy is gay." You get what I'm saying? And telling the little boy like, "Okay, why you shouldn't be playing with Barbie dolls?" Because that's more of a we were supposed to explain to the boy like, "Yeah, that's more of what women normally do." Man, we build things like explain the situation with the child instead of judging the child or ridicule the child. Because now, guess what? When the child get older, well, my dad told me I shouldn't play with Barbie doll because it makes me gay, but never explained the reason why. There's always a why behind everything you say, and I think that's the issue we're having, especially black community because it seems like we like to pick on our kids instead of actually talking to them, and then get a belt and whoop them if they don't listen. And that's why I'm starting to notice a lot in the black community, and that's why I say, and that's why when a black child get of age, he more distant from his parent. They has being close to his parents because of that the situation how they treat him when they was a little boy or a little girl.
Right. Okay. Thank you, brothers.
But what the thing about California law that I do like is they leave information. But as a parent, you're supposed to tell the kids before the school give them the information.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm not getting what California is doing. I think, hell, it's the world. That's the world we live in today. There's men dating men. There's women dating women. However, I think it's the parents the ones should tell the child, not the school. That's just my opinion. Some people could disagree with that.
Yeah, and you said what law did they pass?
I forgot what it's called. Go ahead, Jordan, because you in California.
We did. I don't can remember, but we did a episode on it earlier this year. If I got to find the episode, I forgot what it's called, but I can't remember. But we did an episode. If you want to check in our catalog, true, we did an episode about that law earlier this year. If you want to check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
with Ron DeSantis, government in the parents and the child's lives. No, it's only the government job is to create laws for within the state, but not what's going on in the household. That's between the man and the wife, and or single mom or single dad, or whatever. It's between them and not the government. I think when you allow the government to get involved in your family's lives, that's when things start going. That's when things start going left.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that because we know that, to bring it back to the subject, we know that the narcissism trait starts off at a young age. It's usually dealing with the only child syndrome, Stockholm. There's also what else? Children that have PTSD, children that have been also what is it? I can't think of the term, but it definitely starts off at an early age, and actually you can diagnose a child early with narcissism. And if we want to be frank, the world that we live in now, I would say we do have more narcissists now than ever. And it's not that they never was there. It's just the world is perpetuating us to be more selfish than ever. So it's right up their alley. Even down with what we're on, YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? You see a lot of the people that are doing these channels,